Nau mai haere mai ki tēnei kowharenga, ki a whānuia koutou ngā ākonga. Ko Iwiana tuku ingoa, please stand for Kakia, followed by our national anthem led by Mrs. Jasmine Rupp.
Whakataka te hau ki te uru, whakataka te hau ki te tonga, ke mā ki nā ki uta, ke mā taratara ki tai, he hi ake ana te atakura, he tio, he huka, he hauhu, ti hei mauri ora.
Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the Rolleston College Hurrawaka Hainata Year 9 Prize Giving for 2022. Ko Alexander Toki Inua, Muramo Te Whānau Aho. It is our great pleasure to welcome you to this afternoon celebration of academic and community achievements for the Year 9 learners of Rolleston College in 2022. I would like to extend a special welcome to those on our Board of Trustees that are here to celebrate with us. A quick health and safety message. If we have to evacuate the building, please do so via Our external exits towards Broadlands Drive, where we will congregate at the courts towards the back of the school, and toilets are on the left when you leave the auditorium. During this afternoon's award celebration, we will see the amazing achievements of Year 9 learners both in and outside of the classroom. We will see academic achievements and celebrate those learners who have shown community spirit, kindness, and cultural achievements. E kāpano e rua mai I rangi atea. The seed shall not be lost. This is our Rolleston College whakatauki. This whakatauki is a great reminder that we are all born to be great, and it is in fact our responsibility to ourselves, our whānau, and our tipuna to strive to be great in everything that we do. We welcome parents, caregivers, and supporters who are able to be part of our prize giving in person. It has been a tough 2 years, but we are glad we can all come together to celebrate.
As learners, we would like to acknowledge the tireless work of the staff at Rolleston College. Through the challenges of 2022, as always, they went above and beyond for all learners. We cannot thank them enough. Today we thank the teachers, kai whakatere, support staff, Hauora Wellness team, caretakers, coaches, volunteers, and all those who have played a role in supporting the learners of Horoweka Haimate. Please give them a round of applause. In addition to the staff who are on site daily, we would also like to acknowledge the tireless work of our Board of Trustees, who continue to contribute their time and energy towards the success of Rolleston College, Horoweka Haimate. Can you please give them a round of applause as a token of thanks for their support. Today we welcome the Deputy Chairperson of the Board of Trustees, Greg Knowles, to speak with us. Greg has been part of the Rolleston College journey since 2016 when he was a part of the establishment Board of Trustees. Greg is an advocate for the college and has shown support for all staff and learners during our journey. Please welcome Greg Knowles to the stage.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Hi everyone, as has been said, my name is Greg Knowles and welcome to the end of the 2022 school year. Today we will celebrate these learners who have pushed themselves a little bit extra in their fields, academia, sports, arts. It gives me goosebumps every time I come into this facility and see evidence of all your hard work, the artwork on the walls, the music that fills the room, the hakas in the plaza, and seeing many of you work out in the community in supermarkets, cafes and distribution centres of Rolleston, just to name a few. As Year 9s, you will soon be Year 10s, and you are well on your way to adulthood. It is all very fine for us to recognise you as young adults, but I would hope that you are beginning to as well. As I look out across the learners in this room, I see our next doctors, lawyers, business owners, drivers, nurses, hospitality staff, military personnel, local and central government representatives, and so on. In 10 to 15 years' time, I'm not going to be the adult giving up to my time to my community or school. You are. If the thought of being an adult seems at a distance to you, then let me tell you a story that captured my attention about a year ago. So much so that I touched on it in last year's speech, and I'm doing so again today. Many years ago, 6 boys of Year 9 to Year 12 were sitting in a rather strict school in one of our neighbouring countries. Authority and punishment were dished out to a slightly different degree back then. These boys were tired of the strict nature of the school and dreamed of a life beyond the punishments of schools of the time. They hatched a plan. Late one night, they borrowed a large open boat, and as the light of the day faded, no one took much notice as it departed its home port for the open sea. As young men, the dream of adventure received slightly more preparation, or slightly more thought than the preparation for the journey. While they took some provisions, they hadn't mastered navigation, and they certainly didn't have a map or compass, chart or compass. On the second night, the events of the adventure caught up with them all and they fell asleep, meaning that no one was left to monitor the weather. They woke to the wind howling through the rigging and waves breaking over the boat. They attempted to hoist a sail to gain some control, but it was torn to pieces. Shortly after, the waves broke the rudder from the boat. They had now no propulsion and no steering, and were roughly 150 kilometres from the nearest inhabited landmass, the land from which they had come. Luck was on their side, for while they were very long way away from populated landmass, it just so happened that they were very close to a 2-kilometre wide piece of bush covered in rock jutting out of the Pacific Ocean. This island was tall and fortified by cliffs that separated the central island from the ocean. Lucky for them, they happened to drift towards that island and were smashed onto the rocks at the base of the cliffs. The boat was destroyed, but they all made it to land alive. No one knew where they were, and no one knew to even begin where to start looking for them. The boys, no. These people were your age and could equally have been girls as well. So for the series of this speech, I'm going to now call them learners. Those learners knew that shelter was important, and they dug themselves a small cave at the base of the cliffs where they had washed ashore. They later scaled the cliffs and began to establish a more permanent shelter. These learners understood the importance of water and quickly set up palm fronds to capture the infrequent rain, but it still wasn't enough. For food, they climbed down the cliffs and grabbed seabirds from the nest. Having no ignition source to start fire, the birds were eaten raw, the blood making up for the lack of water. From sunup to sundown, they worked to improve their situation, strengthening the shelter and collecting and securing their food security. After a few months, they did manage to start a fire. The learners had known the basic concept of friction against wood, and the perseverance with it finally paid off. With fire, they could now cook their food. This fire was important, and they relocated it under shelter. For the remainder of their time on that island, the fire was never left unattended for long periods, and it was kept burning for the duration of their time on the island. When they realised they weren't likely to be rescued, they switched from short-term survival to long-term. They discovered an old settlement abandoned in the 1860s. Growing around that settlement were wild beans from what must have once been its gardens. They used those beans and other plants collected around the island to establish their own garden to further improve their food security. They often heard roosters in the mornings, probably descendants from the same settlement. Over weeks or months, they chased and now caught the wild fowl, placing them in fenced areas at their camp. By managing the roosters' access to the hens, they were able to produce both eggs for eating or eggs for breeding, maintaining the chicken population. Not only were the learners managing that source of farmed food, but they managed the collection of wild birds from the cliffs as well. They didn't want to over-collect the vital food source that they were relying on. Of course, this is sustainability, and in 2022, we still know and teach the importance of it. Now, apparently at your age, the age that these learners were, situations can arise where tempers may fray and ambitions and emotions run high. Under such tense situations, it may not take much for a conflict to occur and permanently break down a relationship. The learners recognised this risk, and they established rules that whenever a tense situation occurred, they would stop and all separate for 4 hours to allow themselves to calm down. This simple rule allowed them to remain a close team. So far, after more than a year of being completely isolated from all other people, these Year 9 to Year 12 learners had established both plant and meat-based agriculture at their camp, established guidelines for the sustainable harvesting of wild birds, established and maintained a vital source of cooking, even saved a member's life by resetting his broken leg, and maintaining the essential building blocks of civilization by producing rules, laws, to prevent any bad behaviour from destroying their vital community. 15 months after washing up on that island, the learners spotted a boat anchored close to the island and captured the attention of the crew. They were returned back to their home island, where they discovered their funerals had all been held over a year earlier, and some of them even had new brothers and sisters. Many decades later, I understand that many of those learners are still alive today. So, what's the point of this story? Well, surely there wouldn't be a more appropriate story to prove that you, at your age, have the ability to make the decisions many would associate with being older. Enjoy the summer break, you've earned it. Remember, you are Rolleston College. Come back to your school next year and use it to start assembling the knowledge and skills that you once would have had before you left it. Thank you to our staff for all your hard work. The last 3 years have been interesting, to say the least. Your dedication throughout this year and the previous is both recognised and appreciated. A thought about Rolleston College that I often refer back to is that the college has a population larger than the town that I grew up in. Not only that, but this town didn't exist 5 years ago. Our senior leadership team and staff have not only built up this town, but immediately matched and sometimes exceeded our academic, arts and sports results with schools of the same calibre, even in regard to endorsements. That has been an incredible achievement, and on behalf of the Rolleston community, I say well done and congratulations. Then there is one more that I want to acknowledge. As said before, this town didn't exist 5 years ago. Both before the college opened and since it opened, Lindley Shaw, our Board of Trustees chairperson, has been both an establishment board member and then an elected member. Since the college opened, she has been our chairperson, which I can tell you has 10 times the workload of a standard trustee. Lindley has indicated she is relinquishing the chairperson role next year, and I would just like to express my gratitude for all your work, Lindley, and hope you'll relish your role as a mortal trustee next year. So to everyone here in the room, enjoy your well-deserved break too. Kia ora, kia kaha, e te mihi.
Thank you, Greg. We appreciate the time that you've given to the college and for the many aspects of the college that you've contributed to. Finding a space to belong at secondary school can be a bit of a challenge, but once you find your place, you can grow your passions and you can flourish beyond. Here to show us their passion for singing is the Rolleston College Vocal Group led by Mrs. Jasmine Roll.
to our vocal group. Thank you to our vocal group. What a fantastic performance. I would also like to acknowledge our music teachers and music tutors in the college for supporting the development of our musicians throughout the college. They always add something special to our celebrations, exhibitions and public performances. We now move on to the Learning Awards for 2022. The first awards are for Ako Learning. Please welcome Mrs. Mansfield to read the Ako Learning Awards, and we would also like to ask Ms. Ralph to present.
Ngā mihi kia koutou katoa, ko ngā huru toku whānau, ko Annie Mansfield toku ingoa. The Ako Learning Awards recognises the depth of learning from learners in all areas of the Ako programme. We are very proud of all the learners who have embraced this personalised learning vehicle. As the learners come forward, I will ask that you hold your applause until the end of each group. Prize winners, once your name is called, please come and line up along the middle aisle, and then we will call you up one by one on stage. Please receive your award or trophy, then smile for a photo and stay on stage. Once we applaud, you can then take your seat. It gives me great pleasure to present the Ako Learning Awards. Can the following learners please come forward? Elise Cosgrove, Isabel Hawes, Sophia Glock, Bethan Longman and Alice Kennedy. Receiving an Ako Learner Certificate today for Hotoke, Elise Cosgrove, Isabel Hawes, Sophia Glock and Bethan Longman. The overall learner in Ako Learning for Hotoke is Alice Kennedy. Can the following learners please come forward? Cameron Luce, Joel Butler, Aidan Robinson, Noah Shurrock, Sarah Bennett, Eviana Blair and Bree Maxwell. Receiving an Ako Learner Certificate today for Koina, Cameron Luce, Joel Butler, Aidan Robinson and Noah Shurrock. The overall learners in Ako Learning for Koina are Sarah Bennett, Eviana Blair and Bree Maxwell. Can the following learners please come forward? Tavu Licky Licky, Brielle Young, Maddie Jones, Alicia Boshoff and Olive Harris. Receiving an Ako Learner Certificate today for Nahudu, Brielle Young, Maddie Jones, Alicia Boshoff and Tavu Licky Licky, who can't be here today. The overall learner in Ako Learning for Nahudu is Olive Harris. Can the following learners please come forward? Logan McCall, Oscar Forge, Amy Barnden, Neve Cairns and Samuel Hendry. Receiving an Ako Learner Certificate today for Raumati, Logan McCall, Oscar Forge, Amy Barnden and Neve Cairns. And the overall learner in Ako Learning for Raumati is Samuel Henry. Congratulations to all our Ako Award winners. We now ask Miss Green and Mr. Knowles to come forward to present the Connected Awards.
Kia ora, ko Carolyn Green tōku ingoa no Raumati whānau aho. Connected learning integrates mathematics, social sciences, English and science and enables learners to make real-world connections. These awards recognise learners who have been able to apply the critical skills in a range of contexts consistently over the year. Can the following learners please come forward? Emma Hunter, Alexander Stenhouse, Alyssa Chambers, Eviana Blair, Sarah Bennett, Oscar Ford, Tom Stenhouse, Bea Campos, Noah Sharp and Alana Van Mules. For Connected 1, we would like to recognise Emma Hunter, Alexander Stenhouse, Te Atiawa, and Alyssa Chambers. For Connected 2, we would like to recognise Eviana Blair, Sarah Bennett, Oscar Ford, and Tom Stenhouse, Te Atiawa. For Connected 3, we would like to recognise Bea Campos, Noah Sharp, Alana Van Mules. Can the following learners please come forward? William Choi, Brielle Young, Sonora Lukuli Yanage, Alice Kennedy, Philip Shoshnikov, and Sophia Faulkner. For Connected 4, we would like to recognise William Choi, Brielle Young, Sonora Lukuli-Yanage. For Connected 5, we would like to recognise Alice Kennedy, Philip Shoshnikov, and Sophia Klopp. Can the following learners please come forward? Bethan Longman, Isabel Hawes, Savannah Bruce, Lachlan Gibbs, Maddie Jones, Risa Gino, Karen Decker Garcia, Isabella Finn, Lucas Patterson, and Harry Rooney. For Connected 6, we would like to recognise Bethan Longman. Isabel Hawes, Stefana Bruce. For Connected 7, we would like to recognise Lachlan Gibbs, Maddie Jones, and Risa Gino. For Core PE, we would like to recognise Karen De Gracia, Isabella Finn, Lucas Patterson, and Harry Rooney. And the following learners please come forward. Cameron Webb, Cameron Lewis, Joel Butler, Maya Welby-Fluke, Kira Vander Hayden, Elise Cosgrove, Paige Fitzgerald, and Eviana Blair. Today these learners are being recognised as the top learners within their respective connected classes, and they will receive a trophy. The overall Connected 1 learner for 2022 is Cameron Webb. The overall Connected 2 learner for 2022 is Cameron Lewis. The overall Connected 3 learner for 2022 is Joel Butler. The overall Connected 4 learner for 2022 is Maya Welby-Fluke. The overall Connected 5 learner for 2022 is Kira Vander Hayden. The overall Connected 6 learner for 2022 is Elise Cosgrove. The overall Connected 7 learner for 2022 is Paige Fitzgerald. The overall Core PE learner for 2022 is Eviana Blair. Now please invite Mr. Curry forward to present the next award. I'd now like to announce the top overall SPEC learner for Year 9, Carter McLean. Carter encompasses all aspects of the Rolleston spirit in this space. He is kind and respectful in all of his interactions. He helps others and strives to achieve his learning. Carter has met all learning milestones this year over the course of his SET learning program. Please congratulate these award winners for 2022. We'll now watch a short video about Year 10 reflections of 2022, followed by selected awards read by Mr. McBreety and presented by Lynn Leishman.
the Year 9 cricket tournament because it's the first Year 9 team playing in a cricket tournament. And I obviously got the first wicket for the Ralston College Year 9 cricket team.
My highlight of the year is making 101 all out for the school cricket team. Yeah, my first century.
Of the many selective activities I did, I was probably my favourite was probably science, because one of the things I enjoyed in science was making ice cream using dry ice and other materials, and it was also a fun experience because we got to learn how to make it and how to not add too much ingredients to mess it up.
Yeah, I decided to be based on summer production. I really enjoyed it because I made lots of new friends. I will recommend it to anyone who is looking to try something new and make very good new friends.
This year I was part of the netball team and Kiorahi team. We both went away on tournament. I really like this because I got to meet new people and play sports that I love and also try out new sports that I love and I really love Kiorahi.
I was part of the Kapakaro group with Marshall Jace and Marshall Zimmy. Our best performance this year was probably when we opened up the new primary school and when the primary school just in the order was there.
I was part of the Pacifica Polyface group this year. It's been really fun showcasing my culture and developing the Pacifica group alongside Ms. Flynn and Tama, my Sote Dance Academy.
Ko Richard McCready, ko Unua, ko Ramati Whanau Aho. The recipients of the selected awards today have demonstrated the dispositions of the Rolleston spirit in their learning and critical skills. The Rolleston College spirit is developing self, building communities and transforming futures. And this is evident in the learning and skills of these learners from their teacher feedback. As learners move through the college, many start to specialise in their area of passion, or they find areas of new passion. Today it gives me great pleasure to acknowledge and announce the success of these following learners and selected learners at Rolleston College. Can the following learners please come forward? Cameron Webb, Alex Moore, Laura Mangu and Jack Hocken. Receiving a Learning Award for 2022 in Health and PE are Cameron Webb, Alex Moore, Lara Mangu, Natu Hiniuru, and Jack Hocken. Can the following learners please come forward? Everett Boyd, Martin Petkov, Kerry Rafferty and Emma Dixon. Receiving a Learning Award for 2022 in Languages are Everett Boyd, Martin Petkov, Kerry Rafferty, and Emma Dixon. Can the following learners please come forward? Devin Cook, Elise Cosgrove and Charlie Thomas. Receiving a Learning Award for 2022 in the Arts are Devin Cook, Elise Cosgrove and Charlie Thomas. following learners please come forward? Grace Andrews, Cameron Lewis, Bria Maxwell and Brielle Young. Receiving a Learning Award for 2022 in Technology are Grace Andrews, Cameron Lewis, Bria Maxwell and Brielle Young. Can the following learners please come forward? Eviana Blair, Alexis Hatton, Barbara Licky, Carla Bailey, Savannah Bruce, Bethan Longman, Isabella Boyce. This group of learners are the top learners for selected learning in Year 9 for 2022 and today they receive a trophy. This recognition celebrates learners with the most extended abstract solo grades throughout the year. The top learners for arts are Savannah Bruce, Bethan Longman, and Isabella Boyce. The top learners for health and PE are Eviana Blair, Alexis Hatton, the top learner for technology is Ella Bailey, top learners for languages is again Ella Bailey. And Tabu Licky, who unfortunately can't be here today. Congratulations to today's winners. Alexander will now come to the stage and announce the award winner of the final competition 2022.
Once again, congratulations to all of those learners who received learning awards today. Final competitions begin at the start of the year and there are many competitions throughout each term where learners get to demonstrate their strengths and talents and request to earn points for their whānau. This is developing into a highly competitive arena across the range of areas. The final competition for 2022 has now drawn to a close and we will now reveal the winning whānau. In fourth place with 255 points is Cullen. In third place with 345 points is Nahudu. Now in the first place with 520 points is Raumati.
Congratulations, Raumati, on your solid effort in 2022 and taking out the final trophy. Can Mr. Cumming and Jack Hopkins please come and collect the trophy? We will now welcome the Rolleston College Pacifica Group to perform with support from Tamamai Sorting. The group continues to grow. They are preparing for the Canterbury Polyvis at Hadley Department. Please welcome the Pacifica Group.
Slow. Shuffle. Slow. Shuffle. Louis.
Ms. Flynn, and our Polytech students. That was an amazing performance. We cannot wait to support you at Polytech. We now move into celebrating final achievements and would like to invite Mr. Geeby to read the final awards and Mrs. Skelton to present.
Kia ora koutou, ko Andrew Gibby, tōku ingoa, ko ngā huru whānau ahau. It gives me great pleasure today to announce the Horowika Haimata Year 9 Widow Award winners. The Horowika Haimata Widow Award means to challenge. Today we recognise learners who have challenged themselves over all dispositions of the Rolleston spirit. This includes sport, culture, learning and citizenship. For Hotukui. This Year 9 learner has completed a successful first year by embracing the Rolleston spirit in all areas of school life. They have developed self by always being R2L, working hard and making huge improvements in their learning across all subjects. Over the year, they've taken up the opportunities to build communities in various teams or groups. These include the Sevens Rugby Tournament in Geraldine, Rugby League Tournament in Rotorua, and the Orange Basketball team. They have also been heavily involved in our school kapahaka group, Polyfest, and shown leadership in the Ōtoki Hākorof. Today, it is with great pleasure that I announce CJ Bratton Ngāti Kuri as the Ōtoki Widow recipient for 2022. For Koanga. Our next recipient has been involved in many sports at the college since they arrived. They were a member of the Netball Junior A team and was selected by the Junior SISS team as well as the girls basketball team and the girls cricket tournament. She has demonstrated the Rolleston and Koanga whānau spirit this year. She supported in whānau competitions throughout the year, received Spirit Awards, visited local primary schools to promote Rolleston College, and took on the opportunity to represent our whānau as a host. She has also been involved in the Spanish club and has taken Spanish as a selected subject throughout the year. She has built communities with her volunteering and earned a bronze badge this year. She has achieved highly academically this year, receiving mostly relational and extended abstract grades, and was the recipient of academic award for her 67% and over extended abstract grades. This learner has also been appointed as a whānau ambassador for 2023. Recipient of the Year 9 Widow Award for Koanga is Eviana Blair. For Raumati whānau. This learner embodies the Rolleston spirit of develop self, build communities, and transform futures. In particular, we see them living the qualities of being confident, able to communicate and connect, and being curious. They've been involved in our cultural program through his drumming in the Rolleston College X Factor, where he was the finalist, and in our college debating team. Sport is a key part of Alexander's commitment to the college, which is seen in his table tennis and softball efforts. Academically, Alexander has excelled. He has been a member of the Cantermath competition representing Rolleston College and was a finalist in the New Zealand Physics and Mathematics competition in 2022. Rolleston College staff regularly recognise his commitment to his personal excellence. He is a whānau ambassador and regularly gives up his personal time to support the college in activities and events held outside of college time. It is with great pride today that I announce Alexander Stenhouse Te Āteawa as the Raumati Year 9 Widow recipient for 2022. For Ngāhuru. The next year learner is an exemplary member of Ngāhuru whānau and should be proud of all of their achievements at Rolleston College. This learner represented Rolleston College at the Tongan Language Week at St Thomas's This learner is also part of the Kapa Haka group that performed for the Haka competition and after school for the whānau night. They performed at the recent International Day, as well as being an exemplary cultural representative. This learner also shines academically. This learner received mostly relational and above across all learning vehicles at Royston College. This learner can be counted on to help at any event the college puts on and does so with a smile on their face. The recipient of the Year 9 Ngāhuru Wera Award, Tavu Liki Liki. Unfortunately, Tavu is unable to be here today, but a round of applause. Well done to all Wera winners. It's now my pleasure to welcome the outstanding Izzy Standards to the stage to perform Never Enough by Lauren Ulrich.
I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way, and let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of thousands
Morgan Sissy. We would like to welcome Mrs. Skelton up to the stage is yours.
Tēnā koutou katoa. What an amazing prize giving so far. Another huge round of applause for all of our prize winners and for Izzy. Amazing. Last week we farewelled our Year 13s as the second group of alumni in our school. This was an amazing occasion not only to bid farewell to this amazing year group, your tuakana, but also to see how much they'd changed from when they sat here in the auditorium like you 5 years ago to where they are now, heading off to study the world of work or embarking on new adventures and travel. Many of them talked about how, looking back, how quickly their high school years seemed to go. I ask you to take a moment to think back on this year. How has it been for you? What have you done this year that you feel really proud of and is a great example of the person that you aspire to be? Are there any things that you would change? Pātua te taniwha koe tamariki. Address those issues while they are still small. For you sitting here as a Year 9 learner, you have the opportunity to strive for the peaks of success and move on from any things that you're not proud of and step up in Year 10 to capitalise on any opportunities missed. We've really enjoyed getting to know you this year and have been very, very proud of the way you've grown in confidence and stepped outside of your comfort zone in learning and in extracurricular and co-curricular activities. For some of you, academic, artistic and sporting accolades have been numerous. For others, whilst not getting a lot of formal recognition, please do know that the steps that you have made to establish good work habits that follow the Rolleston spirit and your positive conduct around the school has not gone unnoticed. I challenge you to set your sights high. You have the opportunity to do and be anything that you want to be. If we take two very recent examples, Levante Scott, second in New Zealand for Young Enterprise, and our mixed touch team, national champions. This is Rolleston College. This is what is possible. These are young people just like you, who set a goal and put in the hard work and achieved it. Anything is possible. Our parents and community have provided much support not only for their own children, but also for the school this year. And again, we're hugely appreciative of the amazing community in which we live. We know that behind the success of our learners is the support of their families. So Year 9s, make sure that you all thank your families for their help and support. Make sure this summer you offer to mow the lawns, do the dishes, clean your rooms, fold the washing, and all of the other things that will be helpful to your parents over the break. Our staff have worked exceptionally hard again this year to offer a program of learning during trying times living under the shadow of COVID-19. In some senses, this has been the most difficult year, with the expectation to keep the school running as much as possible without periods of lockdown and with staff and learner sickness. The efforts of our staff have been hugely appreciated. Let's give them a big round of applause. This year we welcomed a number of new staff to our college and we will do the same next year. This year we also have a few farewells to make as teachers move on to various new opportunities. Mrs. Green is leaving us to return to Lincoln High School. Miss Whitlow is off to Japan. Miss Weston is also off travelling within New Zealand. Miss Jeffress leaves us to take a position at Christchurch Girls High School. Mr. Taitapu to a boarding house master's position at St Bede's, and Mrs. Lorenzo to a position at Cashmere High School. We wish these staff well. Let's give them a big round of applause for their hard work. Our school would not function as it does without the tireless work of our Board of Trustees. This year we have received a special award for 2 of our trustees from the New Zealand Trustees Association for long service, and one was presented at the Year 10 prize giving this morning. It is my pleasure to ask Mr. Greg Knowles to come forward and accept the certificate and a small token of our appreciation for all of his hard work. Once again, congratulations on this first and very important step in your high school journey. Make sure you have a good rest over the holidays, be safe, and come back refreshed and ready for a successful Year 10. He kakano e rue mai e rangiatia. The seed will not be lost.
Tēnā koutou katoa. I'd just like to, before we get into our special awards, just take a moment to thank all those that have made this event possible. It's the second prize giving of the morning, and I just want to say a massive thank you to all those that have organised the event and the lead up to this, and those that have been here making this event today happen. So can we just please put our hands together for all those people? My job to read out the special awards for Year 9 for 2023. 22, getting really having trouble with my dates today, to be honest. First of the special awards are the Year 9 Te Mahuri Awards. Can I invite Matua Jason up? He's here. Te Mahuri is the sapling. It symbolises the developing tree, a tree finding its roots and taking its place within Te Wainui Atane. It is an acknowledgement of achievement of knowledge and leadership within the junior school and of opening new pathways for exploration. These trophy names were gifted to us by Liz Brown from Taumutu Runanga. Te Mahuri Wahine Awards. This learner was an enthusiastic participant in Taonga Takaro and Kapahaka selected classes this year. She has shown she is a team player by being part of the Kapahaka Ropu, the Junior A netball team, the Kiorahi team, and has shown huge potential as a future leader within our kura. She works hard to extend her level of te reo and is an encouraging member of the class, displaying high levels of manaakitanga and whanaungatanga. She also won the school's pepeha competition. Please congratulate Laura Mangu, Ngāti Hene Uru for the Te Mahuri Wahine Award. Te Mahuri Tāne Awards. This year's Tāne Award winner has been a leader in the Taonga Takaro and Kapahaka selected classes and an exceptional member in several aspects of Te Ao Māori at Horoweka Haumata throughout this year. He has participated in Kapahaka and Pasifika performance groups and has shown significant potential as a future leader within our kura. He is always cheerful and encouraging to his peers, displaying high levels of manaakitanga, rangatiratanga, and whanaungatanga. Please congratulate Kātane Puriwai Aglai. last awards is the 24/7 Community Cup. The 24/7 youth team have donated the Community Award for the college at all year levels. For our youth workers, supporting the community is a key part of their role. Mana and Karina are the 24/7 youth workers in the college. Their support for our learners is incredibly important. And this year, Karina joined us and has made a significant impact with our Year 9 girls. We wish to extend our thanks to Mana and Karina. To represent our youth workers, we've got Billy Rice, our social worker, on stage to help us present this. The 24/7 Community Cup goes to a learner who continues to be an active member of the school community and wider Rolleston community. This learner displays citizenship by being part of exhibition nights and has also been part of a group who is organising a dinosaur education group that plans to visit our wider schools in 2023. Within school, he has also been involved in the Lincoln Night of Arts and Rolleston College X Factor. Outside of school, this learner is involved in Navy Cadets, where he shows the Rolleston College disposition of building communities. Please congratulate Devon Hunt for being awarded the 24/7 Community Cup for 2022. That brings our prize giving to a close. Thank you to all that have attended today, and congratulations to all the prize winners. I will ask that we all stand in a moment as the official party leaves, and when the official party leaves, can parents and caregivers and other guests please follow them out, and we thank you so much for attending today. At the end of that, can learners just stay behind?